I'm Candace Felice. In this Community Life in Northeast Georgia featured podcast, recent fires in the Chattahoochee National Forest has sparked an escalation in the need for residents to be aware of fire prevention safety. Here to discuss how to keep wildfires from starting in your backyard is Georgia Forestry Commission Communications and Public Affairs Specialist Joanna Warren. Joanna, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.
Joanna, tell us about your division of the fire prevention safety for Georgia and how you're educating the community to be better Firewise.
Many of the fires that we have had throughout northern Georgia have been as a result of some kind of man-made occurrence. My team is the North Georgia Wildfire Prevention Team, and we are just traveling across the northern part of the state, reaching out to people and letting them know about some of the activities that they are doing that could be hazardous. This can include things like having charcoal grills burning in the backyard. That can send off sparks. It can also heat up the very dry grass that we've got from the drought right now. There are other less obvious things, including things like using heavy equipment, such as tractors or chainsaws. Again, those motors can get very hot. The equipment can get very hot and spark fires under the equipment. Also, fireworks are now legal in Georgia, but again, those kinds of things are obviously throwing off sparks, and we need to be very cautious about that. So we're really encouraging folks to check with their local government to make sure that their county is not under a burn ban. And if it is not, still consider not doing those activities just to help our guys out because they're dealing with quite a few fires right now.
How quickly can a fire that begins small in your backyard, say cooking on a grill, can a spark immediately start a fire that can reel out of control?
Something to keep in mind is that anytime you have fires, sparks can travel up to a mile away. So just because you don't have one lit right there in your backyard next to your grill doesn't mean that you're not putting your neighbors and friends in danger and those folks that live around you. And once that fire gets going, it can travel as fast as a car almost. So it's very crucial that we stay in front of this and make sure that we're preventing as many fires as possible.
Within the regions of Georgia, what are the areas that are most at risk at this moment for having backyard fires?
Certainly, the northern part of the state is facing the worst of the drought, and particularly the northwest part. The east part had a little bit of rain, but the northwestern portion of the state has been very dry, and it's going to take a lot of rain to get back to where we need to be and to make sure that the ground and vegetation has enough moisture in it that it's not going to ignite as readily.
Joanna, for those who want to stay abreast of actually what's going on the federal level with the Chattahoochee National Forest, how can they get updates?
People can take a look at a website that is activefiremaps.fs.fed.us, which is the Forest Service website, and that will show a map of all of the active fires in this region.
Our guest in the studio has been Communications and Public Affairs Specialist for the Georgia Forestry Commission, Joanna Warren. To contact Joanna directly, you can call 912-678-2373. Joanna, thank you for coming in the studio today to discuss fire prevention and how we can all be fire-wise.
Thank you so much.
I'm Candace Felice for 88.3 FM.